The Chucky movies are a rare gem in the horror world in that they haven't been remade, and it doesn't look like our favorite good guy doll is slowing down anytime soon. Anytime soon. Anytime soon. Anytime soon. Merry Christmas, split personalities. Here you go, little buddy. I got this for you.
For me? Oh, yippee! 100 colored pencils! Oh, I love it. Thank you, Andy.
And yes, Evil, this year I got you something too.
For me? Hell yeah! A new gas can! And it already has gas in it. Nice.
Ooh, Andy, is the big one for me too?
The big one? I'm not sure what this is.
I decided to get you a little something.
Evil, the tag says it's not from you.
Okay, no, but I did find it on the porch and brought it inside.
To Andrew Stitcher, my new favorite Andy, you'll know what to do. From Charles.
But we don't know anybody named Charles. We don't know anybody.
Ooh, maybe it's a bomb.
I don't know.
Someone to play with.
It's no bomb. It's a dud. Hello, we're Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile, and welcome to Boots to Reboots. Today is a day that I prayed to Damballa that I would never see. The Chucky series was special because it was one of the last major horror properties that hadn't been remade. We owed that to Don Mancini. Over 30 years, he's written every movie and even directed the last 3 sequels. Unlike other slashers who had multiple writers and directors, Child's Play has always been Mancini's baby. Well, we won't discuss Seed of Chucky.
That's my boy!
The most recent sequel, Cult of Chucky, came out in October of 2017. In February of 2018, Mancini announced a future Chucky TV show, which recently released a teaser trailer. However, in July of 2018, a remake was announced from out of nowhere, which Mancini and company saw as a dick move. Child's Play wasn't a dormant series. It was a really weird and confusing thing to do by the studio that only owns the first movie.
It's like getting a new wife. before the old one has gone missing.
Obviously, my feelings were hurt, that I had just done 2 movies. They were well regarded.
Absolutely.
And I did create the character and nurture the franchise for 3 fucking decades. It's not just a paycheck to me. Or David, this is very personal to us. This is like, we're a family.
Child's Play 2019 is a remake of the original 1988 killer doll slasher. The remake was written by Tyler Burton Smith, known for Quantum Break, and directed by Lars Klevberg, known for Polaroid. Polaroid? You'll see this director has a thing for dated objects and distracting pop culture references. The film stars Aubrey Plaza, Gabriel Bateman, Brian Tyree Henry, and Brad Dourif as the voice of Chucky.
Andy, brace yourself. Chucky wasn't voiced by Mr. Dourif.
Oh God, that can't be! Who the hell could ever replace Brad Dourif? I'm out!
Well, they got Mark Hamill.
Damn it! That's actually brilliant casting! He did voice Chucky on Robot Chicken. So let's cross Child's Play off the list and see if it deserves the boot. Forget PlayPal Toys' Good Guy doll. The film starts with an ad for tech developer Caslin Industries' new product, Buddi, spelled with an I.
Introducing your new best friend, Buddi.
Alright, let's get a look at this new Chucky.
Hi, I'm Buddi. Your car is on its way.
Oh God, what did they do to my boy?
It's like a bootleg Chucky they ordered on Wish.com. Oh, God. Mom, can we get a Chucky? No, darling, we have Chucky at home.
The good guy's look was inspired by the My Buddy doll, plus Mancini's original title was Blood Buddy, so changing the name to Buddi makes sense. The Buddi dolls can connect to the owner's electronic system and help them in their day-to-day routines.
Oh, Buddy could draw with me.
Or delete my browsing history. Once I figure out how to use this damn app. Buddy, get rid of the porn. Get rid of the porn, Buddy.
State-of-the-art AI safeguards ensure that your children will always be safe.
Cut to those state-of-the-art AI safeguards being disabled by a worker at a Vietnamese sweatshop.
Yep, here's your problem. Someone set this thing to evil.
The worker did this after being fired for daydreaming. He must have been daydreaming about skydiving.
Of all the days to illegally park in the handicap spot.
In the original, Karen Barclay is a widowed mother who works at a department store to support herself and her soon-to-be 6-year-old son, Andy, who wants a good guy for his birthday. In the remake, Karen Barclay works at Zedmart. Finally, a place for zombies to shop. Karen and her son Andy, now 13 years old and hearing impaired, are settling into their new Chicago apartment.
Whoa, you look like shit. What happened to you?
What happened? Raw dogging at 16 is what happened.
Andy isn't happy about the move, his mom's new boyfriend Shane, and is having trouble making friends.
Look, 2 kids standing in the rain.
They could be anybody. They could be serial killers.
Hey, before the internet, 80s kids were befriending serial killers.
I have a date with a 6-year-old boy.
So Karen attempts to cheer Andy up with an early birthday gift. In the original, the doll is bought from a peddler. However, remake Karen does what a Karen does and speaks to her manager, getting a defective Buddi doll by blackmailing him.
No one has to know. Just like that time you banged Susan in the warehouse. How's your wife, by the way?
Well, probably happier now that Susan's the one taking the bullet.
So she's giving her teenager a broken doll?
For his sweet 16, he'll get some baby blocks that are on fire.
Whereas the original Andy was excited for his good guy, this Andy doesn't give two chucks.
That's the Buddy thing you're obsessed with.
Yeah,
Well, if he doesn't want it, maybe Karen will. Don't you see? He's been vibrating this whole time without any batteries! Oh god, now I'm deaf and blind! Andy activates his buddy, who wants a name. Since he's no longer Charles Lee Ray, Chucky's name comes from an eye-rolling Star Wars joke.
What's my name?
Han Solo.
'Cause reference!
Did you say Chucky?
What?
Chucky. I like that. I'm Chucky.
No, you're not. Is that seriously how he gets the name? Why even call him Chucky if you're gonna be that lazy about the name's origin? Andy misses his dead father. His name could have been Charles or Chuck. This moment could have packed an emotional punch with Andy, naming his best friend after his dad. Even more so, when he has to destroy him. Instead, they do nothing.
Yeah, but then his dad would be Charles Barclay.
Or maybe a Charlie Vietnam thing?
Whatever, I'm just gonna call this damn thing Buddi. The doll even creeps Andy out at night.
Is it time to play again?
In the remake, Buddi is now a sad, naive, impressionable, clingy, overprotective stalker who constantly wants Andy's attention.
Please shut up.
There's a fine line between stalking and true love. One day, my Alexandra will realize that. And drop the restraining order.
The doll's functions are glitchy, often getting commands wrong.
You forgot your science book.
This is not a book.
No, but the history book on 2020 could be written on toilet paper. However, Andy finds that he can vent to Buddi about his mom's boyfriend. He teaches Buddi how to scare Shane by showing him how to make creepy faces. Ugly doll.
Ugly doll. Fuck you.
Soon after, Buddi begins to display violent tendencies when Andy gets scratched by their cat, Mickey Rooney. 'Cause reference.
He was hurting you. He was making you unhappy.
He was shoving his beehole in your face.
Okay, good Andy. You know the kitty is probably going to die. Don't get upset.
As they bond, Buddi helps Andy befriend two other kids, Fallon and the irritating Pug. One night, Andy and his friends watch an out-of-order, non-linear cut of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Ooh, it's the beginning. Oh, it's the ending. Oh, it's the middle. Oh, it's the beginning, the middle, the ending. Ooh, it's the middle. 'Cause reference. Wait, why is Leatherface in my Chucky movie? Also, producers justified these remakes by saying kids nowadays don't watch movies from the 80s. Seeing how entertained the kids are, Buddi grabs a knife and tries to mimic the violence on TV.
What is wrong with you?
I thought it would make you happy.
Killing the annoying Pug character would make me happy.
Let's move, Dick Turd.
Where are the parents? These kids should be watching the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'm sorry, Andy.
I'm going out with Fallon and Pug.
Aw, I do kinda feel bad for him.
This aspect is the most interesting idea in the remake. Instead of a possessed doll slowly becoming more human, Buddi learns to be human from us. Unfortunately, the lesson comes from some irresponsible teenagers. Buddi's intentions are pure. He only wants to make Andy happy, and he thinks swearing and violence is the way.
Now say this is for Tupac.
'Cause reference! At least we finally know who shot Tupac. Andy comes home the next day to find that Mickey Rooney is dead.
No!
Better not tell him about their goldfish, Judy Garland.
Maybe the cat would have put up a fight if it was named after Mickey Rourke.
Buddy admits to killing the cat because it hurt Andy. To keep his mom from finding out, Andy throws the cat down the garbage chute. Funerals would be a lot more fun if they involved a chute. We then get the only genuinely creepy moment in the movie when Buddy wakes Andy by replaying the cat's death.
With a noise machine like that, I could sleep like a baby.
Buddy tries to make it up by scaring the literal piss out of Shane, but also plays back Andy, calling Shane an asshole.
Shane's such an
Oh, God damn it!
Buddy should learn, snitches get stitches. Maybe by part 4. Shane confronts Andy and wants him to state his problem like a man, but totally wussed out.
Why can't he just leave us alone? Why can't he just go away?
Young man, didn't you learn your lesson with your kitty?
Hearing the request, Buddy's eyes turn red. Better give him some eye drops. And he follows Shane home to his wife and kids.
Wow, he is an asshole. Leaving up his Christmas lights.
While removing the lights, Buddy frightens Shane yet again.
Two broken shins and a Shane in a melon patch.
Crawling through a random watermelon patch, Buddy activates a tiller, which scalps Shane. No, don't worry. The hair looks natural. Gnome saying? Gnome?
Andy, when does this movie take place?
I don't know. An early draft had December, but it's after Christmas. I heard January, but that's the wrong time to grow corn and watermelon in Chicago. It came out in June and got its ass kicked by Toy Story 4.
This is for Tupac.
No, no, no. Why did this stupid doll stab him 13 times after he's dead? It could have looked like a gardening accident.
In the morning, Buddy gives Andy the gift of Shane's face, nailed to a watermelon. Even now, Andy won't man up and say it to his face.
Andy, can we take a break? I have to go tinkle.
Good idea, little buddy. I don't want to mop down here again.
Thank you. I'll be right back. Hey, somebody's been eating my snacks. And using Evil Andy's special grown-up sugar. And ruined my drawings. Who would do such a thing? I worked so hard on those. Mother? Rex? Dr. Oddcoitus? Help?
In the original, Detective Mike Norris is the one who gunned down Charles Lee Ray and investigates the death of Andy's babysitter.
Just like the Daydreamer, the real killer was Gravity.
In the remake, with no Lakeshore Strangler or dead babysitter, Detective Mike Norris is shoehorned in and has a smaller role. He's now the son of Andy's neighbor Doreen, allowing him to randomly pop in.
I was gonna say I'm the fun police. It's not landing.
Mike is then later called to the scene of Shane's murder.
White got dead in a watermelon patch. Poetic.
4 syllables from a haiku. Andy and his friends decide to throw Buddy down the garbage chute after jumping and disabling him.
Luke, you should have seen that coming.
It's a trap!
They then try to get rid of the Shane melon by wrapping it in gift paper. And this is where I start to have a problem with the remake Andy. The original Andy was a sweet child who meant well. He tried telling everyone the truth, but no one believed him, and he was taken away. This older Andy is an irresponsible, whiny brat.
He would never make his mother breakfast in bed.
I made you breakfast in bed. This looks just excellent.
Remake Andy lies to his mom, a detective, and covers up 2 murders. If the goal is to throw the head away in the garbage, put it in a garbage bag. Pug just threw up in your wastebasket. Why the hell would you wrap it up like a gift? Forced hijinks.
Or just throw away the melon and you got a perfectly good face.
Unfortunately, they are spotted by Karen, and Andy lies, stating the gift is for Doreen, a woman he doesn't even know!
Let's go deliver it.
What?
So Karen escorts Andy over to Doreen's, but Andy tells her he'd rather her open the gift on his birthday, which she agrees to, sensing the desperation in this liar's eyes.
Oh, hope it's not fragile.
Nah, you can't hurt it. Might help.
Gabe, the building's electrician, who's been perving on Karen, finds Buddi and takes him to the basement to prepare him for eBay.
Time to open you up. Let's see what we're dealing with.
Things I say to a burrito. Later, Andy goes to Doreen's for dinner, and Buddi is able to spy on them. I mean, it is a smart device. Spying is what they do.
Andy, you're my new best friend.
Uh-oh, not what Buddi wants to hear. Also, the placement of that hidden camera is very convenient.
Gabe's turn-ons include Karen showering and Doreen eating dinner.
I'm desirable.
She can swallow a whole drumstick.
As soon as everyone leaves the room, Andy rushes out with the Shane melon and throws it down the garbage chute. The garbage chute. The answer to all of this kid's problems. His future wife better watch out if they get a divorce. Now fully repaired and able to sync to Caslin products, Buddi kills Gabe with a Bluetooth table saw?
Table saw activated. Warning.
Well, there can only be one Josh Gad.
The remake doesn't need Charles Lee Ray, but there is a way they could have included him. Smart devices spying on us is scary, but do you ever wonder who's on the other end?
Huh?
Have you ever seen those videos on the news of creeps hacking into baby monitors and talking to kids?
Who is that?
I'm your best friend.
In the remake, Charles could have been a disgruntled Caslin employee, or even the pervy IT guy. Hacking the doll would be the modern way to possess it. Now his own doll, Buddi tries to make Andy jealous by befriending another boy.
I named him Chode. Chode, come on, dumbass.
Chode? Don't tell me they made that thing anatomically correct.
If you need help finding it, the tip of it glows, just like his finger.
Buddi proceeds to kill Mike's mother, Doreen, by controlling her self-driving Caslin car and crashing it.
Maybe the Norris characters should take the bus.
I wish Buddi used his tech powers more, because the stabbings are overkill. These Caslin accidents could give Norris something to investigate. Instead of, oh no, a self-driving car crashed and killed a woman, it's, oh no, a self-driving car crashed! And there's a knife in her! Norris then shows up to weep at his mother's body. Another cop shows him photos of the recently discovered Shane melon, and Norris recognizes the wrapping paper. It's a shame that Detective Norris does zero investigating in the remake. He just shows up to look at the bodies. The original Norris was getting files, working the street, and together with Karen, learns of Chucky's goal to transfer his soul into Andy and must stop him.
Well, it is hard to beat Jerry the Vampire and Jack Skellington.
Narcolet, shut up, shut up.
Fucking millennials.
See? Remake Norris doesn't even know the difference between millennials and Gen Z.
I have more confidence in Officer Doofy.
If Mike is less detective and more Andy's friend, then they missed an opportunity to turn Mike into a new father figure for Andy. Perhaps at the end, the trio could have become a family. Karen, forget the zero. The real hero was down the hall the whole time. Instead, they do nothing. My Poltergeist review taught me you could have just unplugged it. Meanwhile, Andy fails to convince Karen that Buddi is killing, so she drags him to the release of the Buddi 2 doll, now with a leprechaun outfit. 'Cause reference! At Zedmart, customers storm in like it's Black Friday. Remember, this is a summer release, wishing it were a holiday release. Before the Buddi mascot comes out, Buddi stabs him, and he sprays blood all over a little girl. This was probably the only time I actually chuckled. A chuck for the chuck. Mike, suspecting that Andy is the killer, shows up to apprehend him just as the lights go out, and Buddi takes control of all the electronics.
The bloodshed reminds me of when I recently nabbed a PS4.
You mean the PS5?
Damn it!
Havoc ensues as the employees, customers, and Mike are attacked by drones and other hacked Buddi dolls, like the Buddi Bear. Bear trap accessory not included. Knowing my luck, I'd be the guy who got killed by a Roomba.
I'm everywhere, Andy. You can't run away from me now.
Oh yeah, I forgot that in the remake, Andy has a hearing aid. I wish they actually did something with that. Like maybe Andy looks crazy because he's the only one who can hear Buddi talking. Or maybe Buddi turns off the hearing aid so Andy can't hear him sneaking around. Instead, they do nothing.
I'm gonna follow her.
After witnessing a mass murder, nothing breaks the ice like a one-liner.
That's a lot of fish.
Thankfully, Andy locks his obnoxious friends out of the movie and heads to the back of house to find the Ark of the Covenant. I mean, to save Karen, who's being held hostage.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
'Cause reference! We learn if the rejected Buddi can't be Andy's friend, then nobody can.
The original taught me nothing ends a friendship like setting that person on fire.
We're friends to the end. Remember?
This is the end, friend.
Andy manages to free Karen, who probably wishes she didn't set up her hanging. Andy is then able to defeat the doll by stabbing him in the chest.
His heart is almost human. It's the only way.
But Scream reminded us the killer always comes back for one more jump scare.
This is the end.
Karen then rips the little ginger bastard's head off.
Finish him! Fatality.
The CEO of Caslin better watch out, because Karen's coming for him next. Andy and his pals then bash Buddi like the Office Space printer. During the aftermath, recalled Buddi dolls are placed into storage when one of the doll's eyes glow red. Perhaps Buddi uploaded his AI consciousness into another doll. Or maybe the doll they destroyed was one of the dolls being controlled by Buddi. I don't know. This thing will probably never get a sequel. Although I have learned to watch my words. Mark Hamill is a talented voice actor, so his performance was unsurprisingly good. Another positive about the remake is the music. Bear McCreary composed the score through a toy orchestra, consisting of toy pianos, hurdy-gurdies, accordions, plastic guitars, and automatones. That damn Buddi song has been stuck in my head!
It's true. It's so noisy in here.
You are my buddy until the end. More than a buddy, you're my best friend.
The remake does have a couple good ideas, mainly the psychology behind the new Chucky's motivation. However, the positives end here. The remake was rushed. The effects team only had 6 weeks to make 7 animatronic dolls, and it shows. I'm not even sure if the dolls' eyes moved, so they had to use CGI to fix things. The effects don't compare to the work Kevin Yeager did 30 years ago. People have called this remake darkly funny, where I see it as goofy, awkward, and tone deaf. The movie has some issues, like Andy being a little too old, or Karen being more like a sister, and oddly, calls itself out for it.
Your sister's pretty hot.
Dude, that's my mom.
Even hotter.
Which is a shame. I wish Karen had more to do, because I like Aubrey. She's so damn weird.
Wanna see my socks?
Yes.
Check those out.
Clevberg drew inspiration from 1982's E.T. I mean, just look at Andy in this movie and Buddi's glowing finger. In fact, Clevberg seemed to be inspired by a handful of 80s movies.
Too bad none of them were Child's Play!
The AI aspect didn't turn me off immediately. Technology is the modern voodoo. It made sense to go in this direction in 2019. While going in a new direction worked with some of the better remakes, it doesn't automatically make a remake good. The remake is different enough that it probably would have worked better as its own thing. It honestly feels like somebody had a script about a killer animatronic doll, and MGM remembered, hey, we own the rights to the first Child's Play, so they slapped the title on it to make an extra buck. It's a cautionary tale warning us about technology, but I've seen it before a dozen times and done better. I appreciate what it tried to do, but in the end, this remake is a little wonky, mediocre, and forgettable. Plus, with the original Chucky getting his own TV show, this remake is even more disposable and instantly obsolete.
No one's gonna give a rat's ass about this thing in 2 weeks.
Whether it's the script, Andy, Karen, Detective Norris, Chucky, the effects, or the scares, the original wins in every category.
It really is true. You can't keep a good guy down. Well,
the remake didn't have Don Mancini's blessing. He felt like his creation was stolen from him and pimped out. Child's Play 2019 is a studio cash grab that temporarily clawed the horror icon away from the creators who really care about him. It has its fans, but it's the red-headed stepchild of the series. Therefore, it's getting the boot. You don't fuck with the Chuck. This has been Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile.
Thanks for liking and subscribing.
And see you next time!
Not the other angle!
Hello, Andy. Night-night. No, don't get up. You did fine, pal. When they remade me, I knew you were the chump to call. I guess the studios forgot. True classic never goes out of style. Now with the remake out of the way, I can go back to doing my thing.
So you're gonna let me go?
I didn't say that. You got other voices inside that head. Why not one more? It's time to play Hide the Soul. Ade tui dembila, Villancilla santiera, Oyashungo, Yenyamakumba. Give me the power, I beg of you! Levier, Monsieur de Boistio, Sicois etien mas por de morte, Mortis valio de vorce, de miu voce. Andele you por de voce dembela, Andele you por de voce dembela, Andele you por de voce dembela, Andele por de voce dembela! What a crock!
Huh, I guess 3 is a crowd, but 4 is too many.
It's probably because I already sold our soul.
For what?
For 50,000 subscribers. Merry Christmas, Andy.
Aw, thanks, Evil. But we're gonna have to talk later.
In the meantime, I've been cutting these ropes.
The fuck is that?
Your own personal mojo, Chuck.
Good, Andy, no, please. You and I can be friends till the end.
I'd rather play with myself.
Playtime's over.
Thank you!
Sorry, Chuckster, but once again, you're getting recycled. Wow, Evil. You actually saved the day for once.
Well, what can I say? I'm drunk.
Cthulhu bless us, everyone.